What's up, guys, and welcome back to SoberTube. Today's episode is about why have I chosen to make this YouTube page. So it goes way back to 7.5 years ago, almost 8 years ago, to when I first got sober. It was the first time I went to a detox or a rehab that I actually wanted to do it. I've been to a few detoxes and rehabs, inpatients and outpatients, where I was doing it because I had an intervention, or I was doing it because my mother made me go, or my family got together and begged me. But the last time I went, I really had a strong desire to get better. And I remember how hard it was to find good information. I remember going to rehab and being like, wow, I think only one counselor even wants to be here. I remember going to meetings when I got out and being like, man, I went to 7 meetings this week and I only found one that was actually good. I remember going to meetings and meeting people that wanted to get high. I remember going to meetings and hearing war stories. I remember how hard it was to find good information. I remember how lucky I felt when I finally found a sponsor. I feel like me getting recovery and good information was I just happened to walk into the right places, and I really dug around. I went to so many meetings and only found a few that were good. I met so many people and only found a few that actually wanted to get sober. I went to so many rehabs and only found a few counselors that actually wanted to help me. So this YouTube page is to get rid of all the white noise and get straight down to how do people get sober. How do we recover? How does a heroin addict, a drunk, a pothead, a pillhead, a Xanax head, anybody suffering from addiction, how can they change their lives and live a quality life? I'm taking everything that I picked up in my journey, piecing it together and putting into this YouTube page. It was so hard in early recovery to find good information. I feel like I'm lucky that I finally found a good meeting. I feel like I'm lucky that I found a good sponsor. I feel like I'm lucky that I went through the step work. I feel like there's so many people that could spend a week going to meetings and meeting people and getting out of a rehab and going to a detox, and they walk out feeling more alone than they felt when they walked in. And I feel like I'm one of the lucky ones that I actually found out what the program was. So this YouTube page is to give you straight up black and white information, not complicated, 12 easy steps to change your life. Anybody who's suffering from addiction, regardless of what drug it is, this is all about the disease of addiction, not about the substance. Anybody suffering from this disease can get better. I'm here to tell you that if I can get better, you can get better. I'm here to tell you that you're not as unique as you feel like you are. I'm here to tell you that at midnight, if you need some information, you could press play on this YouTube series. The other problem that I have with recovery and what I learned was that it's a secret. You know, when I was an addict out there, when I was out there using, anybody could point me out and be like, that guy's a drug addict. Anybody in my family knew I was a drug addict. Any of my friends knew Brian is an addict. Any person that came across me, co-worker, any single person that knew me 8 years ago knew Brian is an addict. And when I got into recovery, when I got into the 12 steps, when I found my meeting, and when I found where I was going to recover and who I was going to recover with, the one thing that I learned is, hi, I'm Brian and I'm anonymous. Why is it such a secret? It was not a secret when I was getting high. Why does it have to be a secret now? And if you look at the statistics, and the deaths and the overdoses have tripled and quadrupled in the last 10 or 20 years, should people in recovery really keep it a secret? I'm here to get recovery out of the church basement. I'm here to get recovery out of an anonymous program and bring it to you black and white and real on YouTube. I am not anonymous. My name is Brian and I'm an addict and I'm proud. And I want to tell you guys, yeah, I used to be a homeless junkie and a crackhead and addicted to Xanax, and I have fully recovered. I am not suffering from my disease. And the way that I keep myself sober is by helping other people. I don't think addicts should be keeping it anonymous unless because of work they have to. But if you're an addict and you're in recovery, you should be proud of who you are, and that's how you become an example to the next guy. Recovery does not have to be anonymous. I am not anonymous. I want everybody to know who I am and where I come from. And if you're going to judge me, that's on you. If you don't want to hang around me because of something I did 8 years ago, that's on you. As long as you're a perfect person, you can judge me like that. As long as you've never made a mistake, you can judge me like that. And let me tell you something, man. The 12 steps, which were written in the 1930s by Dr. Bob and Bill Wilson, have saved millions of people's lives, and they've never changed any words in that book. And that's what we do to recover. We read a book to another addict, we explain it to them, and we go through the 12 steps. Really simple program for a complicated mind. Sick people trying to become healthy. The purpose of this YouTube page is to give you crystal clear, black and white information about recovery, because I used to be a homeless heroin addict and a drug addict, a junkie and a drunk and a pill-popping pothead that couldn't do anything right. And I found out in recovery that it's not just about putting down the drugs, it's about becoming a good person. It's about changing the person that we are and living a good life. If addiction has touched your life, please share and get involved in your recovery. My name is Brian. Thank you for coming to SoberTube. Like, subscribe, get involved in your recovery.